I bought these Pokemon cards at the peak of the market, and I lost money on every single one of them. A lot of people experience the same thing that I went through very quietly, but hardly anyone ever talks about it. In this video, I want to show you the cards that I got cooked on the most. At the very end of the video, I'll show you the final card. I'll show you which one cooked me the most. And, afterwards in the comments below, let me know what you would do with these. Would you keep them? Would you sell them to regain your losses? What would you do? Check it out. All right, so if you recall, around September, October, November of 2025, we didn't really know it yet, but the market was at a peak for many graded cards. I can't speak for singles or much sealed, but I know graded cards were at a peak. And we didn't know it at the time, right? You never do. Only in the future can you find out, what the trend was in the past. And that's part of the problem. My first purchase at Chicago Collecticon was this Snorlax 51 from Scarlet Violet 151 PSA 10. I bought this card. It was listed at $250, and I got it for $240, right? So at the time, I'm thinking, oh, great, I got it a little bit cheaper than what I could have elsewhere, like on eBay. All right, what's it worth today? $150-ish. All right, that's a pretty big loss in value, right? What this card has in common with the rest of the cards that I'm going to show you in this video is that I bought cards that I genuinely liked. And this is what I always do, whether I'm buying English or Japanese. I typically, very rarely will I buy a card that I don't like and I only try to flip it to make money. I typically buy cards that I enjoy, that I like, Pokemon that I like, because of this very situation right here. There's always a possibility that the cards can lose value, and if that happens, what's left is the joy that the card brings you, right? And Snorlax, one of my favorite Pokemon. I love this card, and I have faith in this card. So the loss in value, it's okay. It sucks, but it's okay with me because I enjoy the card. If you remember from my other videos, you might remember me mentioning that I really like promos, and you might see that in this video as well, because most of them are promos. This is the EV173 from the Prismatic Evolutions ETB, PSA 10. Neither this one or the Snorlax was the Pokemon Center version, and that was okay with me. I just wanted this card. I didn't quite care about the stamp. I don't always not care about the stamp, okay? A lot of times I do, and one of these cards is stamped. But this Eevee, same thing as the Snorlax. I just like the card. Let's see, I paid $105 for this card. The same time frame that I paid for the Snorlax and the rest of most of these cards, actually. What is it worth today? About $80 is what I saw last I checked. So the issue is, in my opinion, timing, cash flow. I bought these cards when I had the money to purchase them because I liked them, right? So if you have the money and you want to keep on rolling your profits into more cards, this is what I did. I bought cards that I thought would at least be stable. You'll see in the very last card that I seriously got cooked on it. But I do have faith in all the cards. Umbreon Prismatic Evolution stamped surprise box. This was a personal journey I was going on to try and get this card myself from the surprise boxes. I think I bought maybe 5 or 6 surprise boxes at MSRP. That's really all I can find for a while. There was a moment where the surprise boxes were going crazy and you could find them everywhere. I picked up 2 when I found them out in the wild. I never pulled the Umbreon. I even bought a raw Umbreon off eBay, Prismatic stamped from the surprise box, and it wasn't in PSA 10 condition. I still have it raw, so I just ended up going to buy the PSA 10. I think I got this on eBay, and I paid $165. Okay, and it's worth $120. Cooked. Still, I believe in the card. Let's move on. Chansey, love this Pokemon. Okay, the Chansey from Twilight Masquerade, the IR PSA 10 number 187. I love that there's a Snorlax in the picture, the Psyduck, the Chansey. I love when there's multiple Pokemon in the picture. Sometimes I think it adds value to the card, because if you're a Snorlax collector, a serious Snorlax collector, you're going to tell me that this isn't part of your collection journey. Psyduck, Chansey, I love it. A lot of times in a lot of cards, you'll see Pikachu peeking around the corner. All right, I love when the artists do that. This card I bought. Let's see here. Okay, so once again, Chicago Collecticon, the guy wanted $250, $240. I paid $210, and I thought I was slick. Little did I know it would be worth about $150 today. All right, ouch. Still love the card. And then finally, the one that I got cooked the most on is this one. Is the Pokemon Center stamped Magneton 159 from the Surging Sparks Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box PSA 10. This is Shinji Kanda, however you say that artist's name. I know there's collectors that specifically collect that artist. And this Magneton, I'm not the biggest Magneton fan. However, I am happy when I can get a original 151 first gen Pokemon. Those are my favorite. I like Gen 2 as well, but first gen will always have a place in my heart. So the Magneton, love this card. I thought I was getting a steal. I thought I was getting it on the way down. I think the market was trending down when I purchased it, and I got it for $315 on an eBay auction. I think Z&G Emporium, or it might have been another auction house. I can't remember. Today, it is worth a whopping $180. So there you have it, folks. And yeah, I still have them in my possession, as you can see. I have not sold them to try and recoup my losses. I believe, in my heart of hearts, that these are solid holds, and that's what I'm going to do. All right, you might have a different opinion. Let me know in the comments. Those are the cards that cooked me the most in 2025. Well, there you have it. Those are the cards that I got completely cooked on in 2025. Here's the problem when you're purchasing anytime. When you're purchasing anytime, the market just goes up like this, down like that all the time, right? So the problem, in my opinion, is cash flow. When you have the cash, you don't necessarily want to keep it. You would love to roll it into something else. And that's what I tried to do, right, with those cards. It didn't work out for those cards, but many times it does with other cards. The way you get better at that is just by experimenting. You're going to have a bunch of losses, a bunch of failures, but hopefully you have just as many wins, if not more. And those wins stack on top of each other over time, and you just start snowballing the profits. Then the hobby becomes even more fun, in my opinion, because then you can purchase cards that you actually want. That's what I did with these cards that I showed you today. In the beginning of the video, I mentioned these cards bring me joy, and I'm super genuine about that. If I never sell these cards, I'm okay with that. All right, and that's kind of the thought process that I have when I'm purchasing. I need to be quick with my decision making. I don't want to hem and haw on what to buy, what not to buy. I just want to make the decision quick. If I made the mistake, learn from it. Don't do it again, right? Guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, like the video. I'm kind of thinking, if you stayed this long, I appreciate it. All my 23, subscribers out there. If we make it to maybe about 50 or 60 subscribers, I was kind of sort of playing with the idea of doing a giveaway, maybe like some type of booster bundle giveaway. We'll see what happens, guys. Anyways, thanks. See you next time.